Okay, let's get in here. Get ready. We're gonna have a great show. Talk about fixing things in your home. You can, guys, survive this quarantine. Let's get in with this today. Share it out there. Get everyone else to and share with your family and friends what we're going to be talking about today on our show is very important stuff for everyone to get a listen to. Today, there's a lot of things going on in our world, wherever we're at, and um, there's thoughts or news or rumors that a lot more people are going to get quarantined. And it's going to get a little tighter. That involves a lot of things in and of itself. So you guys got to get yourselves ready. We're going to talk about, because panicking is not the option here. This is not the time for panicking. This is really the time for preparing. It's past that time, but we still need to prepare. And the reason why I'm going to say something, it might alarm a lot of you, but it's a reality you're going to have to deal with either now or later. So I'm going to let you guys deal with it now. And that is that things can get a lot worse. This thing may be over soon. And we're praying that that is a fact. So that is what I really, hope for. I can't predict the future, though I'm pretty good. So far, I've been doing well with the Bitcoin and all the prognostications that I had done. It's coming true exactly right on the mark, and other things I've done throughout my life. Um, Here, this may be over soon. It may be. So we're holding for the hope. We're going to be positive. But this all we need is something else to happen. It's really, it's like when you have that something right at the edge, something rolled or went right to the edge of the table, and it's like right there, and all you need is like a little breeze, a little something to happen to finish pushing it off the edge. And that's where we're at right now with the way people are acting and your the psyche and all that. Um, but again, we shouldn't be there, and a lot of it has to do with some political issues that we've dealt with in a previous video today. So I'm not going to do that now, but we need to start thinking on preparation. Forget this. There's no need to be panicking. No need for fighting. No need to get all crazy. What you need to do is start preparing if you haven't done so, or prepare some more if you have. But we're going to cover today. Now, one of the reasons is that there's actually good reasons for this, and we're hoping. Let me try something here. Let me try this. This work? No, it doesn't. Let's see. So we're gonna try something here. I can see that it didn't work for some reason. In one of my other setups, it does work perfectly, but this one still needs the help, as you can see with the little spinning world and whatnot. But we're going to take a look at what we have here, and we see here that a Florida man. This is just out. A Florida man with coronavirus says drug touted by Trump saved his life. So this the new drug that's getting started today, I believe in New York now today, and subsequently as they do more testing with this drug, it promises, at least it's hoped for, that it will have positive results. We see that already. One man is just out in the New York Post, where this person has said that this drug that Trump is hoping for as our president to help, uh, actually did help him. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to help everyone or anything like that. Again, this is science, it's medicine. You know how it is. Even the medicines that work are don't work for everybody. It's not 100% for everyone. So we know that. You guys have to know that and understand. And you got drugs that cause side effects for other people and things like that. So you know that. You see it on your medication. You say it may cause nausea, may cause hair loss, may cause genital degradation or falling off or stuff like that. You've seen it before. I don't know, being facetious there, but you have to understand that these things may occur. So that's with any medicine. So, but let's cross our fingers. Let's be hopeful and prayerful about that. So that may go again. This thing may be heading on its way out. So that's what we hope. Above everything that we're hearing, we're hoping that in fact is the fact. At the end of the day, we will be free and clear of this problem. So that's what we're hoping for. Give me a second here, guys. I know you don't see. Some of you guys are not seeing me. I need to do some other type of switching here because it really doesn't work all the time. It looks like for yeah, it's not working. One moment, guys. Those who are watching, I believe this is on Facebook and other places. Hold on. All right, I'm sorry about that. They've done a recent update on the OBS, and OBS was causing me issues before. They did a few fixes uh, on my other scenes and my other programs. It seems to work well, but it's this general broadcast that I usually do. This one's really having a problem with it. So I'm probably going to have to reconstruct that and see if the new upload, the new update, with a new fresh scene, guys who know what I'm talking about, and who use OBS, you know that when we do the whole thing again, the scene again, fresh, maybe it'll work better. Okay, so I'll do that later today. Anyway, so what I want to talk to you guys about, and ladies, is how to organize your kitchen, what's coming in the future. And I'll tell you why you got to do this, because it's possible that things can get worse. And if this clears up, that we're hoping it does, I'm personally hoping, and I feel good that this will get over this sooner than later, barring anything blowing the thing off the table, right? So we're barring that. But understand that in any future time period, understand that you got a lot of people tinkering with nature and making experiments and doing things like that. So in the near future, we may have an incident where we have another biological release of a bad bug, and at the same time, we can have other complications like natural disasters, something falling from the sky, right, from space. Finally, one asteroid finally gets through the atmosphere and hits us. What? Anything, massive earthquakes. We're having that already, by the way. So we're having massive earthquakes, and there is some talk about Yellowstone. There's a volcano under there, and it's a concern that it seems to be acting up again. You guys talk about global warming, that you're worried about our cars and our barbecues. But there's other factors that could be warming the globe, and we may soon see why you're getting global warming. We may soon see it. But if that should happen, if this thing, massive volcano, just blows and throws all of that into the air and all of that, and at the same time, you have people, trying to quarantine or needing to get quarantined, and sicknesses and whatnot spreading around the world. There's a lot. Things can really get quite difficult for people to survive. So, what you guys need to do, and you need to use this time now that we're having this issue, is to let us take advantage of it, like I'm doing myself, and begin to reorganize our lives, refashion our lives towards surviving instead of, and change from our laid back, there's always food in the supermarket way of life that most of us are living, because that's the way you pretty much store your food in your kitchen. It's pretty much the way you shop. The store's going to be there next week, so you're shopping week to week. You're purchasing food week to week, paycheck to paycheck, but you're not prepared for an extended lack of supplies. And because that's not the way you're thinking. And also, some of you, even with the week to week or every 2 weeks that you do things now, you still run out of stuff midway, right? And the reason you run out of stuff midway is because you're not having a physical, a visual view of what you have. You're not shopping with planning. You're just shopping out of habits and preferences, but you're not shopping with a plan. So this has to change, because if you don't change the way you guys are living and the way you guys are planning your food and planning your meals, you're gonna have major issues. Okay, when things go wrong very quickly, and things can go wrong really quickly while you're sleeping, and you're done. It's too late. It's too late. And so, yeah. So let's get to it. Let me go find an image here. Let me see. Let's go to Pixabay and find us an image so that we can use it. Um, Let me just. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What is that? Again, it's just this whole issue and problems just messing me up here today. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just find the image here first. So we're gonna get ourselves an image of a kitchen or kitchen cabinets, and so that we can look at typical kitchen cabinets. We're gonna go too fancy, but we'll try to get some type of kitchen cabinetry here, just like a backdrop to our discussion. Let's see. Which one should we use? Let's see. I'm looking for something typical. Of course, they got the best looking kitchens in the world here, right? So let's take a look. See. Let me show you guys our screen here. Also, this top can. Where are you? So we're seeing this. This is. And sorry about that, guys. Just give me a second here. I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to see. Okay, sorry about that. I'm having some technical issues today. All right. And those who saw my previous broadcast wasn't having any issue at all, right? So that goes to show you. I think it's the whole scenes that I have on this. I think this is one of the oldest ones I have in OBS, the first ones, and so yeah, I think it needs a change. Okay, so I'm looking for some typical cabinets. I'm getting a lot of the side views, and I just want a straight-on view. So I don't want to give myself too many options here. Yeah, so let me just take this one. Let's just take this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this. I'm sorry, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. Okay, so you got that in your screen there. And what you're going to look at is what you really need to start thinking about. So I know that most of you, like my wife would do here, you put things in the cabinet according to what they are. You tend to put things in a cabinet according to what they are. I do a little Spanish also for the Spanish. Voy a hablar en español un poco para ayudar a los que hablan español y para que se comparta con los familiares que hablan español la necesidad de organizar la comida en su hogar para prevenir, para estar preparado, ¿no? Para emergencias en el futuro. Okay, so what we're going to do is that you have to first know or make a decision for you and your family. How many weeks is this family going to be prepared for? Okay. Ustedes tienen que preparar y decidir primeramente cuántas semanas necesitamos o queremos nuestra familia estar preparado. ¿Para cuántas semanas? Es la primera pregunta que tienes usted como familia a preguntar y contestar. ¿Right? Porque la manera que vamos a hacer esto depende en esa respuesta. So the way we're going to prepare this, our cabinets, it depends on that answer. For this epidemic right now, this pandemic, they're suggesting 2 weeks of quarantine. But remember something, that's only because they need to see if that can stop it, if that can stop that large curve, okay? You got to understand that. Así que el gobierno está pidiendo 2 semanas de cuarentena para la ciudadanía. Pero recuerde que eso es solamente para ver si eso reduce la cantidad de infección, de nuevas infecciones. Eso no elimina la cosa. So, usted tiene que entender que aunque ellos están diciendo 2 semanas, no quiere decir que después de 2 semanas todo va a estar bien. Okay, eso es solamente para que ellos vean un control, que vean un reducimiento de la cantidad de nuevas infecciones. Eso es todo. No quiere decir que ya se terminó este asunto. So and there's people, before you've had people suggesting less time, normally, that you should have at least 3 days of food, that the government will get to you by 3 days for any type of natural disaster and FEMA and all that. But remember also again that is local. That is like a hurricane hit your town and you guys are practically wiped out. Yeah, you need 3 days. But if the whole country is having an issue and there's all lockdown, you got to forget those 3 days. There's not going to be no 3 days. So again, you have to have understanding. Hay que tener entendimiento. El gobierno también y otras personas te dicen, normalmente cuando no hay una pandemia, pues dijeron que necesita usted tener como 3 días de alimentos, de preparativos, por si acaso algo sucede, y entonces puede sobrevivir. El gobierno solo necesita como 3 días para llegar a donde usted. Pero recuerde que eso es en una emergencia local. Cuando hay un tornado, un ciclón, eso, huracán, Eso es local, que tu lugar, vecindario, tu ciudad ha sido afectada y entonces necesita el gobierno entrar con ayudas. Eso usted necesita 3 días. Pero si está toda la nación en problema, los 3 días no va a ser suficiente. So forget the 3-day rule right now. Ustedes tienen que olvidarse eso de 3 días. Y de 2 semanas te digo que no es suficiente. I'm telling you that the 2 weeks, 3 days, forget about it now. And 2 weeks, I will tell you that that's not sufficient. Personally, I'm looking for a month and a half, personally, minimum. 2 months better, a month and a half. Okay, that's 6 weeks worth. Okay. Personalmente yo veo 6 semanas, si no 2 meses, mínimo. Okay. Para poner un mínimo a esto. Antes que, sí, porque si no te llegan a arreglar el asunto en 3-4 semanas, tú tienes entonces 2 semanas para hacer la proyección necesaria para lo que van a hacer. You absolutely need that. So, listen, I'm giving everyone 4 weeks to get their act together. Okay, and then I have a cushion of 2 weeks to start making plans to move away from this problem area. I find food, do something, because something you need to make preparations to get out of the problem area. It's simple as that. Or to be, to just assess the situation, because you're not going to be sitting there till your last food supply is over with. You really need to get up and to go. There needs to be some concerted effort. There has to be some help, or it's every man for himself. Tiene que haber alguna ayuda ya para ese tiempo. Y necesita esas 2 semanas extra, esas 2 semanas extra para planificar, para oír, para buscar informaciones, para asesorar el ambiente y las opciones que tú tienes, porque tienes que hacer algo, no vas a esperar hasta lo último y no tener ninguna manera de hacer las cosas. So that's the things that you guys gotta think about. Now, after you've decided how many weeks, now in our house here, we have a nifty thing called a pantry. So let us consider in this picture, this back room here that you see here, let us just call that for argument's sake the pantry. That's a good thing to have. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But what we want to do is that you want to use your cabinets and divide the cabinets according to the time and the amount of people you have. So, and what you want to do is that instead of putting everything according to what it is, because you put dishes here and stuff like that, what you want to do is you want to change the dishes for the survival kitchen. Para la cocina de superancia o sobrevivencia, usted tiene que cambiar el énfasis. El énfasis de la cocina ahora es semana tras semana se reemplaza con comida. Ok, pero cuando estamos para prepararnos para un futuro que no sabemos lo que viene, debemos de cambiar la manera que usamos la cocina. Así que los trastes, los platos, los vasos, en vez de tenerlo en este lugar, lo debe de poner en otro lugar. Quizás aquí abajo, en los gabinetes de abajo aquí, a poner esas cosas. Y entonces, o en el pantry, si tiene un closet de comida, de donde se pone ahora, ustedes están poniendo la comida ahora, se debe poner allí. Pero estos gabinetes lo debe tener vacío ahorita. y poner, entonces organizar sus comidas. So what you want to consider doing, and I'm going to tell you what to do. I think it's easier and more worthwhile for you to move your plates and cups and things away from the kitchen cabinetry. You can put them on the bottom ones if you like. Do that, whatever, if that makes sense to you, or use the pantry. If you can't bend down, bend over to find things, then put it in your pantry if you have that. But what you want to do is that you want to divide your kitchen cabinets uh, according to what you've decided how many weeks you're going to do this. And this also depends on how many people you have to feed. Because what you want to do is that you want to organize each cabinet according to the amount of food that you need for the meals, and you need to set up your meals by day, by week, by cabinets. Usted lo que necesita hacer es organizar las comidas, el desayuno, el almuerzo y entonces la cena de acuerdo a los gabinetes. Depende cuántas personas. Si eres solo, pues no necesita tanto los gabinetes, right? Puede utilizar uno o dos. Si tiene una familia de 4, va a necesitar más gabinetes. So, por eso dije que hay que sacar y vaciar los gabinetes. So let's say that each cabinet is 1 week. Vamos a decir que cada gabinete es una semana. Vamos, por ejemplo. Entonces tú tienes aquí 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say that each cabinet is 1 week. So you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cabinets where you can store 1 week of food. And actually, these cabinets are pretty big. You should be able to store 2 weeks in each of these cabinets. But again, we don't know the size of your cabinets. It all depends how many people you have and what you plan to eat, all right? So, but the thing is that what you need to do is organize your food, like your breakfast cereals and things like you give to the kids. You'll need to organize it so that you know how much you have. If you start just pouring out from the box to serve them cereal, you're not controlling the portions, and then you will most likely run out of food before you should have. Si usted usa, por ejemplo, el cereal para los niños, usted va a entender a darle más que en realidad lo que necesitan o lo que pueden utilizar. Let me go to Amazon. And let me look at food storage. Food storage containers. Y estos son en Amazon, son donde uno puede guardar la comida. Usted ve que hay ciertas, ¿cómo se dice? Container. I don't know the right Spanish word for it, other than container. Esto es para guardar la comida, ¿ve? Usted puede, pero aquí como tú ves, ellos están guardando una cosa. So here you see that they're storing one thing. If you were living by yourself, let's say you're a single person and you're living by yourself, you don't need to put one thing in these things. You can actually put your meal in these things. It don't have to be cooked, but the elements of your meal can be placed so that you know that will be the components, the elements, the ingredients for Monday's dinner. The next bin is for Tuesday's dinner. You have a particular breakfast you want on Wednesday, so you have that, and you can put the day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and do that. If you're a single person, you can do that. If you have the family, you can do something like that. You can use bigger containers or just set them up on a stack, and then that's Monday's breakfast for everyone, and Tuesday's Monday's dinner for everyone. You don't have to have everything there. If you have meat, that can be in the refrigerator, etc., etc. But at least you know that Monday there's rice and there's beans in the can, right? And then you have the meat from the refrigerator or whatever. But at least you know that this is the portion. This is why it's important. Es importante que uno sepa la porción para cada día. No tiene que haber todo aquí. O sea que la carne, usted puede tener carne en la nevera. Eso no lo tiene que tener aquí. Pero está allí usted, el arroz, está en lata la habichuela, etcétera, right? Las cosas que va a tener. También las cosas que dan los niños, así, para como dulces, chocolate, cositas así. Usted lo puede tener. Eso es para hoy, después del lunch, después de la cena, lo que sea, para es importante tener algo para mentalmente que los niños pues no sufran más de lo que necesitan sufrir. So it's important that you have some brain comforting food. What I mean by that is to have some food that tells the brain that everything's okay. I'll fix the camera in a second. This is a problem we're having with that. That tells your brain, yeah, everything's all right, everything is normal. It isn't, but at least, I got my little treat. It's good to give yourself some treats and include that in your purchasing, especially if you have children. And hey, listen, we all children at heart. Hey, I can take a little thing here and there myself. A little cookie is really good, right? So at least it'll make you put a smile on your face while everything is miserable. So that's an important thing to also include. Es importante que tenga alguna cosa de cómodo, de algo agradable que te hace sonreír, hace pensar en mejores tiempos. Y eso es bueno para la mente, especialmente si tiene niños. Y si usted es alguien que sufre de depresión fácil, usted debe tener algo que te ayude a pensar de mejores cosas. So please also do that. If you're a depression sufferer, you'll need to put happy food, happy things, happy snacks here and there to remind you, be happy. Hey, it isn't all that bad, and I prepared. Isn't that a good thing? So it gives you that little happy moment that at least keeps you going. And tomorrow's happy moment is, very nice. So that's what you want to do for yourself. So do that for yourself. Also be thinking of others in your family that they need that extra help, a little boost. Give them that happy food as well. So make those preparations as much as possible. So I would really recommend containerizing your food storage. Recomiendo mucho poner sus cosas, organizarlas en container, ¿ok? No hay que sacarlas de sus paquetes. Si tú haces tanto de arroz, se puede empacar. You can repack like rice in a sandwich bag if that's the amount you use for dinner. Then you put that in a sandwich bag and you put that in that container. And you just do that. Now, the idea here, la idea aquí es de tener una semana o los tantos semanas que haya escogido y tener eso de en los gabinetes. So what you want to have is that you want to have your cabinets organized on a week-to-week basis. Usted lo quiere que los gabinetes estén organizados semana por semana. And you want the food stored in the containers, day-to-day storage. So you have cabinets for the week or for 2 weeks, depending your needs for space. And then within each space, you have the days of the week in containers or a series of containers. You can use one of the shelf levels, split them in half, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the top one Friday or something like that, whatever is. And you can also use a bottom cabinet as well. You organize it the way. But what you want to do is have like this first left side can be all either Sunday if you have that as the first day of your week, or Monday if that's the first day of your week. You want to have this whole section here be Monday plus, since you already have like the breakfast nook here where you have the coffee maker. I'm sure over here they put the coffee morning type of things in there. So that's okay. That can stay that way. But at least you know that the top cabinet is Monday, and Monday could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. In this kitchen, if the family size was adequate, this whole cabinet side could be used for that whole week. Así que si fuera la familia del tamaño necesaria, podían tener solamente este semana, esta completo semana aquí en este gabinete, el lunes, martes, el miércoles, el jueves, el viernes y el sábado, está todo aquí en este gabinete. So, en esa pared, right? More or less. So, trabaja, ¿no? Pero si necesita más espacio, usted puede utilizarlo de abajo. And then if you're doing, let's say that would be 1 week, I'm sure you can put more than 2 weeks here. Estoy seguro que puede muchos de ustedes poner hasta 2 semanas aquí. Y entonces 2 semanas aquí. And then another 2 weeks here. You probably get away with 3 weeks here. Okay, if you plan it out right. So this is the idea. The idea is to, when you organize your kitchen, in this fashion, you will consume the food in an organized manner, and you will always know where you stand in terms of supply and how much time is left. Okay, so this is the reason you need to do this, because in terms for survival, amen, we got a comment here. I am doing a small food storage pantry that will last for 2 weeks and restock as I take from it. But it is away from my regular house food. But I know not many can do that because of lack of space. Yeah, many can't do that. Many don't have the pantry. But the thing that I'm talking about is, what's important here is the day-to-day rationing, the day-to-day usage, so that you know how much to buy that's enough. And the thing, and that's not the point. Like right now, it's the point is to have it that way all the time. And the reasoning is because if you put things in the pantry, I see my pantry is stocked, it's full. You know what happens every time we go to the pantry? We don't know where anything is. It's like, do we have it or don't we have it? And the same thing happens to the refrigerator, by the way. You just can't see what you have. And you go to the store and you probably buy the same thing you already have in the refrigerator. Now we got 2 bottles of it, which isn't a bad thing. But I'm just saying that it's not conducive to knowing what you have and making sure that you have enough for regular meals. We can always have enough of something to eat, but then like the last days of your food is probably going to be just tuna fish cans. You if you would have planned better, you would have had some crackers with that and stuff. It will last. The total meal, the complete meal would last till the end, till when you're leaving the house. Así que es muy bueno tener este cuartito aquí, que pues, no es esto en este retrato, pero lo estamos usando como un ejemplo de un closet que muchas cocinas tienen, que es donde se guarda la comida en cantidades grandes, o sea, el almacén de comida o de latas y de cosas que uno bodega allí. Pero lo que pasa es que cuando usamos lo que tenemos nosotros, también tenemos eso, pero no sabemos lo que hay. Usted está buscando, ¿dónde está ahí? Porque las cosas se ponen detrás de otras cosas, nuevas cosas se compran y se pone a frente y no se ve lo que uno tiene. Eso causa problemas, especialmente cuando tú estás tratando de sobrevivir. Tú no quieres que en las últimas semanas todo tiene tuna fish. Tú quieres, lo que se debe tener es después de 6 semanas, 6 meses, Dios mío. Después de 6 semanas, la última comida, si no hay más comida en el mundo y tú te quedas en tu casa para comer el último comida, la última cena, después de 6 semanas, debe ser una cena completa. Arroz, habichuela, su carne, todo bien y su ¿cómo se dice? Su bocadito de postre o de comida de alegría, como yo estaba hablando que necesitan los muchachos siempre. Así que eso no debe ser que, ay, se me terminó esto, ay, se me terminó eso. No, usted no debe estar sufriendo because, there's another thing that you're running out of certain food, and that also takes a mental toll on you. It starts making you feel depressed. We ran out of this, and now you start saying it's all running out. I don't know what, and you start dealing with this feeling, this depressive mood early on, which you shouldn't have. You should have 6 weeks of happy eating straight. No problem. We're not going to be worried or adding to our worries food because we're good for 6 weeks, for 8 weeks. We're good. Full blast. Stay going. Not that you're going to have a banquet every night, but you should have a decent meal. Every meal should be decent and happy. The happy meal comes, and that's fine. And every day, no matter what's happening, and you're good to go for 6 solid weeks minimum, even a month, if you can pull that off, and that is like perfect, perfect. The last meal you have, you plan that like for a lunch, or you have your last things, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. You are happy, you're full up, and when you leave the house, you will leave full. Okay, you will transition from surviving in the house to surviving outside. But we're going to deal with that if not in this video, in another one that we'll be doing. So, but right now we want to concentrate on the kitchen cabinet. So what you need to do is change the way you're organizing your food so that it's meal by meal and day to day and week to week. So if you look at your cabinets as a day to day, week to week storage, that's the way you need to plan this out. And this will cause you, when you can, when things are good again, especially, to start organizing your purchasing so that you accomplish 6 weeks of meals and without any issue. You have them. That's where they are. At any given moment, your house is survivable in terms of food for 6 weeks. Just by what's in the cabinets alone. Okay, we're not talking about the pantry yet. We're not talking about other things that you can do, the garage. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about the cabinets. So right there, you have a way of preparing. The reason I am focusing on this is that it's a way of making sure that you're prepared at every and any moment of time, any day, any month, any year, from now into the future. Your home and your family's prepared. God forbid something happens to the parents. You guys either cannot make it back ever to the home. You guys got killed or whatever. Your kids are at home. What are they going to do? There's no food in the stores. They're under quarantine. They're scared for their life. They don't know what happened to mom and pop. What are they going to do? They need to know and have a system that they can easily see that and understand that there's 6 weeks of food here in the cabinets alone, without the pantry, without the garage. We are surviving. Okay. Es muy importante que este sistema lo utilicen porque te ayuda a preparar las compras que tienen que hacer ahora y en el futuro, y especialmente los niños que estén en su casa, que si en alguna desafortunadamente una ocasión tú y la mamá de ellos no es posible volver a la casa, pueden ver un choque, puede haber una matanza ahí loco en la calle, lo que sea, puede suceder cualquier cosa, los niños están solos, no hay comunicación, no hay teléfono, no hay manera de saber lo que está pasando. Los niños, pues la instrucción no abre a nadie, no abre la puerta a nadie. punto, ciérrate ahí, están los candados. Ellos necesitan saber que la comida del lunes está ahí, de martes, de miércoles, de jueves, de viernes, de sábado, primer semana, segunda semana, la tercera semana, cuarta. Ellos necesitan saber para que están quietos, para que están, esa cosa de comida no tienen que preocuparse. Si tienen todo seteado, no van a preocuparse por comida. So I think eso es una de las cosas muy primordial, comida y si algo tienen que meter en este closet es agua. Sí, sí, por eso no quería llenar la closet de comida, porque lo que necesita el closet está lleno de agua. So I didn't want you guys to fill the pantry up too soon with all this food because you need water. That's the other thing. And the water is even more important than food because without water they won't be alive to eat any food. You need the water, and the pantry is like one of the perfect places to really stack up with water, stacking it up. Now, also the garage. If you have a garage or a basement or anything like that, you'll want to get water in there. That is one of your other main preoccupations. So hay que llenar de agua y tener mucha agua porque muchas veces cualquier cosa, las aguas pueden contaminarse. Es una de las emergencias que pueden suceder. Entonces no hay agua y el agua es muy más importante que la comida porque uno muere antes de sed que de hambre. So esa es la cosa que tienen que recordar. So, you'll die first of thirst than of hunger. So you have to also understand that. So water, you have to balance that out. You have to have the water there. So don't forget that. So at least now you have 6 weeks worth here in the cabinet storage at least. If you can do the 2 months, even better. And then you have your pantry for any extra things and the water, which is of paramount importance. So that's what you really want to do is use the pantry for extra things. You want to use it for other survival things as well. That you can use the pantry. So you need a lot of room for surviving. Remember, you need room. So you have to use your room well. But what the cabinets do is that it gives you an order, an organizational, a visual order, and and it gives you a good feeling. Because when you go and open the cabinet, you know that our meals are there. We have meals. Because all of these colorful containers, they reflect meals. So we're good. It's very important. Because if you don't do it this way you don't have any plan, and so you start running out of this and running out of this thing and running out of that, then this adds to the anxiety in an emergency situation that you guys are quarantined or you're trapped otherwise in the house, and so things start working in your mind and they work against you for survival. Okay, so I wanted to share at least this with you, this part. I think it's an important part. If anyone has any questions, you can always message me. I think it's an important step. I think everybody really needs to. Oh, and let me talk about another thing. The thing is this: when you finish the Monday week, that cabinet, right? You already go to the second. So what you do is you refill the first, and this is the way you have to be living, because every week your home is on a week to week basis. So let's say your whole entire house will be like week 1. We're in week 1, so like the first week of the month, you say this is week 1. So en el primer mes de la primer semana del mes, usted ya sabe, y los que viven en la casa ya saben que estamos en el primer semana. So, así que la única lugar que vamos a mirar es en el primer gabinete. That's it. Así que toda la casa está en el primer semana. Entonces, la segunda semana, toda la casa está en la segunda semana. ¿Entiendes? ¿Ok? So, entonces tú decides cuándo tú repones. El primer semana, porque vas a reponer. Esas son cosas que tú haces, diariamente o semanalmente. Prepara otra vez la primera semana, pero estamos ya en el tercer semana y el segundo lo hace. Right? Usted va a seguir reponiendo mientras que las semanas pasan. So, as each week extinguishes or clears out that cabinet, you want to progress to the second week, but then you start refilling the first cabinet again, okay? But you don't touch those things because those things are 6 weeks away. You understand that? So you start creating a cycle. So the whole house goes through this cycle of the cabinet. So it's like a cabinet cycle. So esto es un ciclo de gabinete. Primer semana, segunda semana, tercera semana. So, después que se consume el primer semana, entonces estamos en el segundo semana y reponemos primer semana. Entonces en la tercera semana reponemos el segundo semana. Así consecutivamente cada. And so that's the way you make sure that every week you're full. You are always full. That's at any day of the week. Something happens in the world, and something happens that everything gets shut down, blown to pieces, whatever. Your cabinets have 6 weeks full of food. 6 weeks, you've given your family 6 weeks survival time in the home. Okay, I'm going to make another video about leaving the home or what to do when those 6 weeks are up, or 6 to 8 weeks. I'm going to do another video. But right now, what you're doing is guaranteeing in the home, everyone's stuck, you're good for 6 weeks, absolute minimum, 8 weeks, even better. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to have this order in your home and in the cabinets because it makes everything better, really does. And psychologically, visually, we're good. Everybody be calm. We're going to get through this. Because then, of course, you have, what do we do after that? We in another video that I'll prepare for you, we will discuss what you have in the pantry and in the garage for when this stuff is done. Okay, so that's why you want that space. And you want to start living this way from now on, because the way you guys are living now, haphazarding it, and you don't have this visual, division. I'm sure some of you might think of ways of doing it in your pantry, but again, you're not using. You need more space because for surviving for 2 months, you're going to need the kitchen cabinets, and the kitchen cabinets look good, and it's assuring when you open those cabinets and they see it's full. We're good. We're not starving here. It's a very potent visual, and if you implement this system plus the other things that we'll be discussing in future videos, your family at least has one big or two big things that they don't need to worry about, and that's food and water. They don't need to worry about that. So with that, I'll leave you guys. Again, I think this is the best way to go about it in the future. To get started now, to start rethinking the way you're using your kitchen, instead of using it to our regular lives until 2020, until January 2020 happened, and the disease started raging the world. Going back to that lifestyle, I think, yeah, we're trusting in God that we do that. But the future things is the ones that people have to start worrying about and start preparing for. So I mean, this is the best way. And any moment something can happen. It can get complicated, and your family deserves to have 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks of no worries about food and water. So you just have to have that. And again, your family will live off, so the stuff doesn't stay stale. You're using, because the other thing that happens in the pantry, first of all, you're buying things you don't use, and then second, they stay there forever. So what you're doing is that you're making sure that everything you buy is what you're going to use. And secondly, that it's being consumed and taken out of storage. And it's like this. So you're always eating something that is stored. The new stuff is replenishing your storage. You understand? So and again, it keeps the order, everything in order, everything the way it should be. Okay, so we'll talk more about this and the what to do after, what other preparations to do afterwards, and we'll get that in another video. Thanks for watching and get started. If anyone has questions, you can ask me at any time. Take care. Thank you for watching, guys, and contributing, Joan and others.